Happy holidays! Who sang that song? I don't even fucking know. That should go hard though. I love the holidays. Everybody ready to spend. Put that bread on the app, my boy. Put that bread on the app. Let's pause it back and hear the video. This is just a nice little lighthearted message. They're mostly lighthearted. If you take offense to somebody speaking on the internet, you need fucking help, bitch. But yeah. You know, like when you meet somebody and they talk like how you think like they would talk just by the way they text. I had that today. She's like, oh my god, thank you so much. Like, I'm like, you know, I'm so thankful for DoorDash. Like, you gave me like my food. Like, I was like, whoa, chill out. I was like, hold on, whoa, chill out. You glazing right now. She's like, yeah, and I'm like, chill out with the glazing, girl. She's like, what do you mean? I said, you glazing me right now. I said, chill out. You glazed up. But yeah, so we all know this, right? The name of the game, guys, is to compound, right? Are you compounding at all? Are you investing your money at all? And what I always say, I'm just like, yo, you know, like, you guys can only spend so much money in your lifetime. You only have so much hours in the day. You only have so much hours in the week. So it's kind of like, what do you do with the hours you're not at work? You know, can you kind of like jumpstart something in my brain? The fact that people work 60 hours a week and they're still poor, like, bro, something is definitely wrong. It's wrong financially for what you're doing with your money, and it's wrong. It's just wrong in general. And the more and more you allow yourself to go on the wrong path, the right's always gonna feel like a different world, like a world that you shouldn't be in. But like, bro, you could always be in a different world, but it just kind of, like I always tell you guys, it depends on you. It depends on what are you able to do better than everybody else. What have you been honing in for 5-10 years that you know right now you're a master at it? And what kind of power do you possess like that you feel as though you have not been actually initiating and working on putting on the forefront and putting on Sales Street? You know, that's what it comes down to. For me, it's poetry. That's why all the books are in the store. Also, it's drawing. That's why I be telling you guys that they have the duppy drawings that I draw. You know what I'm saying? All these things. And you know, I never, like, not everybody has to buy it. I understand that. It's for a select amount of people. Like, you know, like, I don't want to be liked by everybody. That's so odd. That's like pleasing somebody 101. Like, you don't ever want to be like that. In the store, there's also books about crypto, books about Algorand, books about Bitcoin, books about CKU Legacy Coin. You know, all these different things. And you know, we're leading by example in this time. We're not like allowing life to beat our ass. We're making sure that we understand more about life than life knows about us. And if you're not informed, you're uninformed. So that's something that I feel as though we should all take into concern at any point in your life. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you're on the outside looking in, bro, you don't really know what the fuck is going on. You're pretty much confused still, but you want to try to like portray it as if you're not confused, but you are confused. So like, I don't know why you're trying to portray something else. You know, it's wild when you think about it. Sometimes, guys, I feel like old people, I just have to like understand that, like, you know, they've been through so much shit that like when they drive now these like expensive ass cars, that like they just want to crash and blow up. And like, I feel like it's very unfortunate, because I don't know why. Y'all gotta understand this too. We're literally just a speck of dust on the earth, right? In reality, what we do with this time that we have here is very important. What type of legacy do you feel as though it's time for you to start to leave? You know what I'm saying? Even, I remember when I was younger, that I was like, yeah, you know, my dream job to be working in a bank, I'm gonna be a banker. Y'all see me in the bank right now? And what a wild time. And what a wild time to be in, where, you know, I really wanted to be my job. I was really like, yo, I want to go work in the bank. I really said that shit to myself. I can't believe that shit. I look back at it now, I'm like, yo, I used to think so small. I'd be such like a little good slave. And it's wild. It's wild. You truly gotta put in perspective, like, you know how far you've come in your journey. And I would hope that for everybody, it's the good, not the bad. And I would hope that, you know, but I can't say hope because hope's not going to come true. I will hold the faith that you are actually taking time to learn more about self rather than learn about somebody else. I would hold the faith that you're actually doing your due diligence and learning more about finance, even if it's not from the channel, but it's from a different channel. And like I just told you guys, right? To be uninformed over informed is how you fucking lose. I'm not saying like spend a whole entire day and dive deep into yourself, which to me that's a great idea. But like, you know, take an hour or two to just like, you have to like decompress the stuff you learn that no longer help you. Like for instance, people learn trigonometry and then go into something where you do trigonometry, where you spend like a year or 2 years cramming for tests that you realize now them tests didn't mean shit to you, just a letter grade. Gotta learn that shit, guys. Gotta learn that shit. You gotta learn the whole idea of staying competent in a bullshit system. You know what I'm saying? You gotta realize what bills to pay over what bills not to pay. You gotta realize that, you know, having all this debt on your head and having one source of income is how you fuck yourself up. Just look in the mirror and say, I fucked up. I'm about to move forward. Like this is truly what life's about. And the faster you choose to allow life to keep beating your ass, like, bro, you have to like, it's kind of like playing a game. You ever played Madden? You ever played Madden, right? And like you're running and you run out of turbo and now you're fucking slow. It's just kind of like that. You know, you gotta manage your turbo. You gotta figure out when to accelerate. You gotta figure out when not to accelerate. You know what I'm saying? Figure out when to hit circle. Figure out when to hit R1, L1, you know, for the juke, I think. And the L2, R2 is the stiff arm. Figure out when to hit them buttons, you know? And it's kind of like the longer you play the game, the longer you realize when to hit the buttons, when to not hit the buttons, when to run slow, when to do this, when to do that. You know what I'm saying? It's all about life. But if you're not playing the game of life and acquiring assets and understanding that, you know, I'm making more money now, but that doesn't mean that I'm going to spend more money. As you gotta realize, you know, you're making enough money now where you can invest in more assets. The name of the game is compound. When you put money up in compounding, this is when you lose. You lose it all. You lose the time that you put in. You can't get time back. That's when you gotta realize. The net is all over the place due to the fact that I'm just having like thoughts in my head. I'm like, yo, I'm gonna let y'all know about this stuff. Also, guys, as a man, you shouldn't ever feel the need to like chase anything. You should never feel you should never feel the need to be like, yeah, you know, I missed out on this, I missed out on that. You didn't miss out on shit. Okay? Life plays out exactly how you have chosen to allow it to play out. You know, either you look away or you pull away, but you gotta move forward with whatever happens in life. Do not beat yourself up over the past, with relationships, with people that you were with somebody cheating on you. All this emotional shit, like I be telling y'all, you have to realize you have to bury this shit. In the backyard, in the front yard. Any yard you want to bury it in, you gotta bury it there. There is no need for you to, what's it called again, cry over spilled milk. If you drink milk, not just whole milk. You know what I'm saying? Just like things that, you know, we should all know. But I feel as though I've been here to help self-direct it back towards you guys. You know? Life is made to be lived. I said that before. And like I said, it's up to you whether you're going to live life. Whether you're going to actually take time to figure out what you want to do with your life. Or you work it out 40 years, get a pension, not have enough to live, not enough to pay your rent, and live in a box. These are the questions you got to answer yourself. What will you do when you realize you got a certain amount of hours, you got a certain amount of years left on the earth? Are you going to bust your ass? Are you going to make sure that you are competent? This should all be in your head, guys. It should all be in your head. As you get older, you shouldn't get dumb. You should get wiser. As you get older, you should keep learning. You shouldn't stop learning past the age of 18. You shouldn't stop learning past you going to freaking slave college school. You know what I'm saying? This is what should be in your mind. This is what should be in your thoughts. Just kidding. But yeah, guys. The faster you realize what's going on, what you could do, what you can't do. Not what you can't do, what you could do right now, what you work towards. This is what you gotta do. This is how life itself is meant to be lived. I love y'all. Stay strong. Assets are available in the bio. Portal 2 is coming December 27th. Do not forget. When I have the pre-save link, I'll drop it in the actual, what's it called again? Community tab. And I also put it in the bio of this page. Love y'all.